Are you one of them golfers that struggles to break 100? Well, in today's video, I'm going to give you 3 simple tips through 3 holes that will allow you to break 100 for the very first time or more consistently. So in order to break 100, we need to work out how many over par we're allowed to be to break that number. Now, most golf courses these days are par 72, which means you have 28 shots over par to hit the 100 mark, which means we need 27 shots. So that actually can, add up some numbers, and it can become as simple as this: 9 double bogeys, 9 bogeys. Now we understand the maths behind it, let's teach you how to break 100, because that is a lot of score, isn't it? Let's be honest, 9 doubles and 9 single bogeys. That's a lot. So let's break it. So tip number 1 is about playing percentage golf. So we know we've got shots to play with, but we don't want to waste them. So we know we've got the 9 doubles and the 9 singles we're allowed to make. So here off the tee, I've hit a pretty wayward one. Like, my ball is sitting down in the rough here. I don't know if you can see it that well. So now I'm in charge. I have to make a decision. The green is up there. The pin is tucked to the right. What do I do? Do I try and take a 7-iron out and get it to the green? Or do I take the percentage play and take a 9-iron and just get it close enough to the green without giving me any problems of staying in here? Now, me being the person I am, I would take the 7-iron because I'm pretty sure I can get it out of there. But the golfer that's trying to break 100 might not have the same commitment, power, touch, or anything of getting out of this. So what they should do is take a club that gets them out and gets them close enough to that green to allow them to play the small shots easier. So I'm actually going to take an 8-iron here and try and get it as close to that green as possible. I think I might be able to get it there. Keep going, keep going. Nope, didn't get it there, just short. As you can see, we've left our ball just short of the green. This, we now have left ourselves 30 yards, okay? 30 yards to get down in 3 for that 5, for that bogey. And that's 1 bogey knocked off. So again, percentage play. What's the best way to make the 5 / give me a chance at 4 from here? Best way is to just get the ball on the green, right? So let's forget about the flag and everything for a bit. Let's just aim to get the ball on the green. So we're going to take a club. I here have got my 53, and we're just going to aim slightly left of the flag because there's more room there, and get the ball on the green. So again, not the greatest of shots, but guess what? The ball is on the green. We've now got 2 putts for our bogey. So ideally, we would have hit it closer and given ourselves a better chance at par, but here we still have the chance at making a par, okay? And obviously we make a par, that's 1 extra bogey we get to have further on in the round, or 1 extra double. So again, we want to make sure we're aggressive with our putts because we might not get another opportunity for par for a couple of holes. But now what we want to do is just make sure we guarantee ourselves a bogey at worst. Great putt, and it's going to a foot past. And there you have it, 1 bogey down, which means we've got 8 others and 9 other doubles we can still make. Now I know that sounds simple, and it's not until you actually break the numbers down and think about it, but it actually is sensible. How often do you stand on a hole and go, I've got to get it to the green in 2 because then I've got a 2 putt to make par? Like, from that thick rough, who would have gone, oh, maybe I'll take a rescue or get it to the green? And realistically, you can't. You end up leaving it in the rough, and then you end up with a 7 or 8 on the card, which is no good for anyone. So number 1 is playing the percentages. Percentages are key in golf. That's why professionals are professionals, because they play the percentages perfectly. Tip number 2 is actually a little bit more simple. It is to do with the greens up there and the flag. The flag is the number 1 issue in golf. That's people's number 1 target. It's their goal to get it as close and aim straight at that flag. Now that causes a lot of problems. Take this hole here, for example. The flag is on the top tier. That's the smallest part of the green. There's also guarded to a bunker on the left, and it all slopes off back to front as well. So there's not really a lot of room. But guess what people will still do here? Your high handicappers, your mid handicappers, your low handicappers will all stand here and go, I'm going to aim at that flag and I'm going to take it on, which is fine in some cases. But on a hole like this, or when you're trying to shoot a score, that's actually not okay, because that's going to cause you some problems. So the main tip I'm going to give you here, and it applies for not just the tee shots, not just for your iron shots, it applies the whole way around, is aim for the centre of the green. 9 times out of 10, the centre of that green will leave you no more than 30-foot putt to the hole, wherever the flag is, unless you're playing on greens that are huge. So aim for the centre of the green, which is what we're going to do here. So we've got a 7-iron here, we're just going to hit it up in the air, centre of the green, and move on. So we've hit it centre of the green, it's moving a little bit right, and it's just held onto that green. So perfect shot, we've now got a lengthy putt, but guess what? We've got a lengthy putt for birdie. That's right. So that means we can spare 3 putts here to make that bogey again. Just like that, we've hit the heart of the green. Look, we haven't hit the flag or the closest part to the flag, which is fine because it's tiny up there, but we've hit the big part. Now we've got the putter in our hand and we've got 2 putts to get down in the par, which again gives us an extra bogey around the golf course. And look how far we've got. Let me mark it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 yards to the flag. That's all. And that's what I'm talking about. Aiming for this part is key. If I'd aimed for the top part and gone long, I leave myself almost an impossible up and down, which means I'm looking at 4 at best. And again, if you're not a great player, that's where the problems start coming in. So let's try and make par or birdie here. And we know that our goal on every hole is to make bogey or better, but let's give ourselves some breathing room. Nice 2-putt here would be great. As it goes up, simmer. Oh. So again, we've given it a good go at birdie, which is fine because we don't know how many we're going to get as someone who struggles to break 100. But now we've got to hold this for par, and again, we are aiming for bogeys, so par is not the worst. So let's try and hold it. And just like that, we've made a par, which now gives us more breathing room on the golf course and allows us to make another bogey somewhere else. And it's just because we've done the sensible thing. Stayed away from this flag and hit the centre of the green. I know a lot of you are going to be in the comment section saying, but Joe, you're a better golfer than us. You don't hit it like someone who struggles to break 100. I know, but I've still had to go through that process of learning how to break 100, learning the best ways to do it. And if I had these tips when I was trying to break 100, it would have happened a lot sooner for me and a lot more consistently. So that's what I'm trying to get into your mind here. If you can start to train this to become better and allow you to shoot better scores, when your golf game finally clicks and you start hitting it like someone that breaks 90, you are going to be in the best possible position and you will see your scores plummet through the ground. You will start to break 90 quicker than you probably broke 100. It will be a big snowball effect. So tip number 3 in this Breaking 100 series, we're actually going to have to show you once we get closer to the green, because realistically that's where most people cost themselves the most amount of shots. And that is going to be about the club selection and shot choice. Okay, so when we get up to the green, let me walk you through it. So again, I know my percentage shot here is centre of the green. We don't want to go anywhere else. We don't care about that flag. Centre of the green, here we come. And just like that, we've hit the centre of the green. So for the sake of this video, we've moved the ball off the green. Now, we're facing ourselves with a chip, right? Now we're playing our 3rd shot, which means we need to get it on and 2-putt to make our bogey and move on, because we're happy with bogeys. Now this is where the number 1 problem comes into play. Most people reach straight for their lofted club. And what they'll do, they'll put it back at the stance, they'll try and be all really cool, check it in there, they'll expect the ball to spin and get close. Well, let me tell you what usually happens. that happens. They go past the hole, they fat it, they fin it, they scull it, and they don't do anything what they should have done. And the reason they hit this shot is because they see most pros on TV hit it. They see most pros stand there in their perfect golf courses, their perfect lies, and just nip one off the turf, 1, 2, 3, zzz, spin, and stop close to the hole. Manage expectations. You are not that player. You are struggling to break 100 here. So what we're going to do is grab another ball, and we're going to drop the ball down like so, in roughly the same spot. Now we're going to take the putter. Now, why are we taking the putter? The reason we're taking this is because this is safer. It's harder to hit this club wrong. It's harder to really mess up. You can't really fin or fat this club unless you do something really wrong. And the other thing you're doing is making your shot consistent, because the ball doesn't go up in the air, so you don't have to worry about spin, you don't have to worry about how far you're flying it. You're taking all the struggles out of the equation here. Because, let's be honest, if you free putt from here, you've made your bogey, and that's pretty decent. So what you're going to do, you're going to take your putter and you're going to aim to hole it or get it close. And look, I haven't hit a very good putt there, but that's gone inside my chip and it wasn't the best. And now guess what? I've got a chance to hold my par putt and take some pressure on myself and relieve myself from making them bogeys. So again, instead of now having to have a really long putt for par, we've got a chance to make our par from a really short distance, and again, take more pressure off. Let's try and hold it. And just like that, we turn a tricky chip shot into a really simple 2-putt. And even if it was a 3-putt, we still come out on top. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you have enjoyed today's video. They were my 3 key tips to breaking 100. Now, if you use these tips, let me know how they affect your game. I really want to start understanding how my videos are affecting you and helping you, or if they're not helping. Like, if you find them not helpful, then let me know. Like, I won't find anything or take anything to heart. I want to know and I want to connect with everyone that watches the video. So hopefully this will help you break 100 for the first time. If you do break 100 for the first time using these tips, please let me know, because I want to know and I want to be happy with you. So let me know. Then just recapping from the top. Number 1 is percentage golf. Make sure you play the percentage shots. It's easy to get carried away and think you are the best and you don't need to worry about it, but please make sure you play the percentage shots. Tip number 2 was aim for the greens, not the flag. Remember, most greens are quite small, so as long as you get it on the green, you're going to have a relatively short putt. 30 foot probably maximum if you hit the dead center of the green. And then tip number 3 was probably the most important. Don't be ashamed to know how bad or good you are at golf. If you struggle to break 100, stop trying to hit the professional spinny wedge shots with the 60-degree around the green. Take the putter, knock it up there, give yourself a really good chance at making par, and even if you miss the par, take the bogey and walk off. It's a lot easier to putt from on the fringe of the green than it is to chip with the 60. I promise you this will allow you to break 100 for the first time. These tips I wish I knew when I started playing, but I had to find out the hard way. Plenty of hours on the golf course, plenty of rounds where I shot over 100, and that's, you know, how I learned to do this stuff. If you have enjoyed the videos, please make sure you smash the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, turn that notification bell on, and make sure you tune in every day on this channel for a new piece of content at 7 PM GMT. Hopefully you guys break 100, hopefully I'll see you back next week, and hopefully you stay chopping.